Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. This is Amy. This is Book Talk with Amy. And coffee usually, but I drank it, so now we have water. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm ready to go. Shirt is uneven for some reason. I had got a new t-shirt. It says I'll put it up on the screen 'cause I'm not apparently I'm crooked. Okay, this is annoying. This, this is annoying. It's not. It's not. It's not. There we go. Okay. It says Mamacita, and then at the bottom it says needs a margarita. Okay. Mamacita needs a margarita. It's Friday. Friday. Hey. Okay. And today I thought I would do, everybody else is doing it, so why don't I get on the bandwagon? I am not a follower whatsoever. Um, but sometimes I will get on the bandwagon if it suits me. And it suited me because I thought it would be an easy video to do, sort of, but then I started thinking about it and it was getting more complicated, so I just did it. I just picked some books. This is 10 Before the End. So I don't know who started it. I've just seen several booktubers do this video, 10 Before the End, and yeah, I don't know where it came from. So whoever you are out there who started 10 Before the End, thanks. And kudos to you. So I have 10 Before the End. Some of them are repeats that I have on my November TBR that I want to get to. And so others I just threw on there. I don't know that I'm going to get through all of these. The ones that I have in my TBR, if I don't for November, if I don't finish, they're probably going to go on December's too. So hopefully that'll make it easier to finish. And then I threw some more books from my um 20 25 books to read in 2025 that I have really been neglectful on that list. I still have a lot to go before the end of 2025, but I just picked out a few books, so those may be possibilities. So I'm not saying all this stack because I have the 10 plus 3, so 13, lucky 13. Actually, that's not my lucky number. My lucky number's 3. Um, or 3. Yeah, that's my list. So this could be unlucky 13. I don't know, but yeah. So there's technically 13 books, but some of those are repeats from my November TBR. I did pick up 2 from the library I had on hold. One of them I didn't think I was going to get to for a while, and then I have 2 left on hold at the library. I'm hoping to get to. I'm not that far back on the wait list. I'm like number 3 and number, I don't know what it is. I'm within 10, but I'm hoping to get those 2 by the end of, well, I'm going to get them in December actually. That might be possible. So we'll see. So those are on here too. Those 2. But let's get right into it. 10 Before the End. Let's just that's on the bottom. There's no particular order. I'm just gonna grab. So this one is on my I think this was on my November it was up on my stack on my desk. So it was on my November TBR, which is A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. I really been wanting to read this for a while, like since I got it probably a few years ago now. And I've heard it on BookTube. I've heard quite a few people have read it on BookTube, and I think it's gotten good reviews. I don't want to bring that up. Probably should have looked that up before. It's not that it's a thriller, and it says when Chloe Davis was 12, 6 teenage girls went missing in her small Louisiana town. By the end of the summer, her own father had confessed to the crime and was put away for life, leaving Chloe and the rest of her family to grapple with the truth and try to move forward with dealing with the aftermath. Then it says, now, 20 years later, Chloe is a psychologist in Baton Rouge and getting ready for her wedding. While she finally has a fragile grasp on the happiness she works so hard to achieve, she sometimes feels as out of control of her own life as the troubled teens who are her patients. So when a local teenager goes missing, and then another, that terrifying summer comes crashing back, is she paranoid, seeing parallels with her past that aren't actually there? Or for the second time in her life, is Chloe about to unmask a killer? So that sounds really. I'm just really interested in it, and I like the cover. It's like in a forest, scary. But yeah, so that's one. And the next one, I just picked this up at Goodwill. I've been hearing good things about it, and I haven't read anything by this author yet, so this will be my first one. I don't know if this is his first one or not, but it's Charlie Donnelly's The Girl Who Was Taken. I really like this cover too. It's kind of like a, can't really see it very good on the, it's like a teal or turquoise cover, like peeling paint. But this one is two abducted girls, one who returns and one who doesn't. So this is basically, it's a little bit of a chunker too. Says the night they go missing, high school seniors Nicole Cuddy and Megan McDonald are at a beach party in their small town of Emerson Bay, North Carolina. Police launch a massive search, but hope is almost lost until Megan escapes from a bunker deep in the woods. I hate that. I hate the bunker in the woods. I'm claustrophobic, so I would probably just want to die. But that being said, a year later, the best selling account of her ordeal has made Megan a celebrity. It's a triumphant story except for one inconvenient detail. Nicole is still missing. Hmm. That does put a wrench in things, doesn't it? Nicole's older sister, Livia, a fellow in forensics pathology, expects that one day soon Nicole's body will be found and her sister's fate determined. Instead, the first clues come from another body, that of a young man connected to Nicole's past. Livia reaches out to Megan to learn more about the fateful night. Other girls have disappeared, and she's increasingly sure the cases are connected. Megan knows more than she's revealed in her book. Flashes of memory are pointing to something more monstrous than she described. And the deeper she and Livia dig, the more they realize that sometimes true terror lies in finding exactly what you've been looking for. Okay, plop those up there. Yeah. Okay, and this one I've been wanting to read too for a while, so I'm trying to make sure that I read it this year. It's All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. I really liked his Razor Blade Tears. It was dark and gritty and mm, uh yeah, and sad and just yeah. So this one, so yeah, I like this cover too. Feels kind of, it's not matte. It has like a little bit of texture on it. Oh no, that's weird. Yeah, because I did pick up his newest one from the library I had on book, so we'll get to that in a minute. This one is about a black sheriff, a serial killer, a small town ready to combust. It says Titus Crown is the first black sheriff in the history of Sharon County, Virginia. In recent decades, Sharon has had only two murders. After years of working as an FBI agent, Titus knows better than anyone that while his hometown might seem like a land of moonshine, cornbread, and honeysuckle, secrets always fester under the surface. Then a year after the Then a year to the day after Titus's election, a school teacher is killed by a former student, and the student is fatally shot by Titus's deputies. Those festering secrets are now out in the open and ready to tear the town apart. As Titus investigates the shootings, he unearths terrible crimes and a serial killer who has been hiding in plain sight. Ooh, I love that. Um, Not in real life. Haunting the dirt lanes and woodland clearings of Sharon. With the killer's possible connection to the local church and the town's harrowing history weighing on him, Titus projects confidence about closing the case while concealing a painful secret from his past. At the same time, he also has to contend with a far right group that wants to hold a parade in celebration of the town's Confederate history. It's not that's that's not gonna go well. Tell you that right now. Um, Sharon is Titus's home and his heart, but where the faith and the violence meet, there will be a reckoning. Yep, that is All the Sinners Bleed. Yeah, I've heard good things about this one too. Um, we'll see. Like I said, I like the last essay Cosby. So this is one of the books I just picked up from the library, and it's the newest essay Cosby. It is King of Ashes. I am very excited to get to this. It's kind of glare. It's like a railroad tracks and a fire. That's what it looks like. I can't see it. Yeah. So this one is about a son returning home, a dangerous debt, secrets about to ignite, and a family about to be consumed by flames. Hence the flames. It does look like railroad tracks. Yeah. Okay. It says Roman Carruthers left the smoke and fire of his family's crematory business behind in his hometown of Jefferson Run, Virginia. So I think all of S.A. Cosby's towns, the town that the stories are from, I think they're all in Virginia because I think he's from Virginia. They always say, write what you know. Yeah, he's southeastern Virginia. Doesn't say where, but that's SA. SA. Um, so anyway, he is enjoying a life of shallow excess as a financial advisor in Atlanta until he gets a call from his sister Nevaeh telling him their father is in the coma after a hit and run accident. When Roman goes home, he learns the accident may not be what it seems. His brother Dante is deeply in debt and to dangerous, ruthless criminals, and Roman is willing to do anything to protect his family. Anything. A financial whiz with a head for numbers and a talent for making his clients rich, Roman must use all his skills to try to save his family while dealing with a shadow that has haunted him for all for 20 years. The disappearance of their mother when Roman and his siblings were teenagers. It's a mystery that Nevaeh, who has sacrificed so much of her life to hold her family together, is determined to solve once and for all. As fate and chance and heartache ignite their lives, the Carruthers family must pull together to survive or see their lives turn to ash. Because, as their father counseled them from birth, nothing lasts forever. Everything burns. Hence the crematory. So, yeah. So, that's going to be fun. Oops. Knock things down. Hope that nothing falls. And let's see here. I made a list and I want to make sure. I don't think I put this on. I'll take this at the end. I didn't put that on the list. I did get another book from the library, Charlie Donnelly, but I didn't put on the list because if I don't get to it, that's fine. I have a Riley Sager I put on the list, and if I don't get to it, that's fine. It's from the library, so maybe. But this one is nonfiction. Should at least mark them off. Move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, this one's nonfiction. It's by Carolyn Fraser. It's called Murderland. It's a crime and bloodlust in the time of serial killers. I had this checked out before and I had to turn it back in, and I wasn't going to be able to get to it, so I checked it out again. Hopefully, I should be getting to this here. Can't really see it. That face is, I believe, Ted Bundy. But yeah. So it's a chunky little book. It's a new. I think it was printed. It was printed this year. I don't know what. Yeah, 2025. I don't know when, but anyway, this is says Carolyn Fraser grew up in the shadow of Ted Bundy, the most notorious serial murderer of women in American history, surrounded by his hunting grounds and mountain body dumps in the brooding landscape of the Pacific Northwest. But in the 1970s and 80s, Bundy was just one perpetrator amid an uncanny explosion of serial rape and murder across the region. Why so many? That's what we all want to know. Why so weirdly and nightmarishly gruesome? Next question. And why the senseless rise and then sudden fall of an epidemic of serial killings? I don't know if they fell because we still have serial killers out there. As Murderland indelibly maps the lives and careers of Bundy and his infamous peers in mayhem, the Green River Killer, the I-5 Killer, the Night Stalker, the Hillside Strangler, even Charles Manson. Yeah, that's a lot. Fraser's northwestern death trip begins to uncover a deeper mystery and an overlapping pattern of environmental destruction. At ground zero in Ted Bundy's Tacoma stood one of most stood one of the most poisonous lead, copper, and arsenic smelters in the world, but it was hardly unique in the West. As Fraser's investigation exonerably proceeds, evidence mounts that the plumes of these smelters not only sickened and blighted millions of lives, but also warped young minds, including some who grew up to become serial killers. So, what she's saying, this environmentally, this place with these um, elements, um, possibly played into like causing them. I don't know. That's what it sounded like to me. Causing them mental problems to be the serial killer. Hmm. I don't know. This will be interesting if that's a question that's going around to find out in this book. If she has a good thesis for that. But a propulsive nonfiction thriller, Murderland transcends true crime voyeurism and noir mythology, taking readers on a profound quest in the dark heart of the real American berserk. That literally said berserk. Okay, Caroline, author of Prairie Fires and American Dreams of Laurie Ingalls Wilder. That's quite different. Um, yeah. So that's that. So that's interesting. If she's saying environmental factors fell into the reason why the someone became a serial killer. That's even more interesting than what I thought the book was going to be about. Okay, moving on. This one is, and this is on these are on my that was on my November TBR. So this is How to Survive a Horror Story. I really want to get to this by Mallory Arnold. This is a new one, and I was wanting to read it for Halloween. I didn't get to it because I was reading a young adult slasher that it took me longer than I thought. But anyway, so yeah. So this is the cover, and it's like average size. And this one is about, and I've heard about this on booktubers talk about this one. Um, I know there's a couple I watched that liked it. I don't know if everybody's liked it. I haven't heard a lot about this one. Um, this is about seven authors enter the manor. Can they survive the story within? When legendary horror author Mortimer Queen passes, a group of writers find themselves invited to his last will and testament reading, expecting a piece of his massive fortune. Each has their own unique connection to the literary icon, some known, some soon to be discovered, and they've been waiting for their chance to step into the author's shoes for some time. Instead, they arrive in his grand manor and are invited to play a game. Okay, I think somebody said this is maybe like Clue or something, but killer horrorish. Um, the rules are simple: solve the riddle and progress to the next room. If they don't, the manor will take one of them for itself. Kind of like Clue. You see, the Queen estate is built on the bones of Mortimer family, and like any true horror story, the house is still very, very hungry. Ooh, and that's it. Okay, that was short. So yeah, a little bit of the movie game Clue aspect, but horror version. So let's see. So those are those ones. Well, I do have one. I have it on hold on audio, but I do have the book. I couldn't find the book. It's John Grisham's Skipping Christmas. I do have that. I think I'm putting that on my December TBR, but I do want to read it this year. I've had it for I don't know how long. And that is the movie Christmas with the Cranks is based on that book. And it's a short book. It's a little book. It's like really, really tiny. And I've tried in the past. I've started it and I didn't finish it. And I always go back and watch Christmas with the Cranks. But I love Christmas with the Cranks, the movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. I should do a video about the Christmas movies I love and any that are based on book. Oh, I should do that. Movies based on Christmas books classics that I love. I can do that because How the Grinch Stole Christmas is one. Yeah, I'll think about that. Maybe we'll do that in December. Books and movies based on Christmas Christmas movies based on books that I love. So, and vice versa, whatever. It's a good idea, Aim. Why don't you do that? I'll write that down. So anyway, so skipping Christmas, and that's about, well, if you've seen the movie Christmas with the Cranks, the couple, their daughter goes off on a trip to, she joins the Peace Corps, so she gets shipped out somewhere, and she's going to be there, and she's not coming home for Christmas. And I think it's very short because the way it sounds is she's left for Thanksgiving and now she's coming home for Christmas already. But I think it's, uh, I don't know the timeline of that. But the daughter leaves, their only child, and they're just kind of depressed because their kid's not going to be home for Christmas, their first Christmas without her. And Mr. Crank comes up, Luther comes up with an excellent plan of they're going to save money by skipping Christmas this year, and they're going to take that money and they're going to go on a cruise for Christmas. Mrs. Crank, not so much happy about that at the beginning because she has missed Christmas all over the place. And in the movie, Luther is played by Tim Allen, and of course, the marvelous, wonderful Jamie Lee Curtis as Mrs. Crank. And I just love, love, love her character in this movie. It is hilarious. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it this year. But yeah, so Skipping Christmas is the book that that movie was based on, and so I have that on my list for the 10 before the end. And these next ones, this one is one I have 2025 and 2025, and I haven't got to it yet, and I want to. So I thought this is a possibility that I might get to it. This is Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. I've heard a couple of booktubers, a couple of them liked it, so we'll see if it's for me. And I got this, somebody, I had a box of books somebody gave me, and this was one of the books that was in it. So this is about, it says one body, six experts, can you solve the case before they do? So it's like a play along. It's like letting you try to figure out who the who the killer is in this book. And it has different like things, uh, looks like texting. It's like an interview style also. So it has some graphics, like some evidence reports or something like that, and maps and different things to help, I guess, help you along the journey to solve this. Transcripts, phone transcripts, help you solve who the killer is. So this says on December 2003, Luke Ryder, the stepfather of acclaimed filmmaker Guy Howard, was found dead in the garden of their suburban family home. Guy was only a child, asleep upstairs at the time of the murder. His mother and two half sisters were also in the house that night, but all swear they saw nothing. Despite a high profile police investigation and endless media attention, no suspect was ever charged, and Guy's family has been haunted ever since. 20 years later, the sensational news streaming series Infamous is dedicated to investigating and perhaps cracking this famous cold case. The production team will examine testimony, re interview witnesses, and once again scour the evidence. The family will speak, the key players will be reunited on camera, and truth will come out. Are you ready to see it? So it's like a documentary trying to solve this crime in the book. But yeah, this is mega best-selling British crime novelist Kara Hunter makes her American debut. Yeah, I haven't read anything by her before. Um, says is the author of Sunday Times best-selling crime novel featuring D.I. Adam Foley and his Oxford-based police team. Uh, I might like that one. Her novels have sold more than 1 billion copies. Okay, Oxford, England. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Go with the flow. And then this other one I've had on my 2025 for 2025. I can't say that hardly. Um, I've been wanting to read it. This is, and there was a movie made out. There was a movie made from this, and this is Women Talking by Miriam Toews, and it's a short book. It's just it sounded really good. It's faces of some, see, and I don't know if it won an Oscar or Golden Globe. It won something. Um, writing, directing, I don't know. I don't remember, but I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm waiting to read the book, so It says one evening, 8 Mennonite women climbed into a hayloft to conduct a secret meeting. For the past 2 years, each of these women and more than 100 other girls in their colony has been repeatedly violated in the night by demons coming to punish them for their sins. Now that the women have learned that they were in fact drugged and attacked by a group of men from their own community, they are determined to protect themselves and their daughters from future harm. While the men of the colony are off in the city attempting to raise enough money to bail out one of the rapists and bring them home, these women, all illiterate, without a knowledge of the world outside their community, unable even to speak the language of the country they live in, have very little time to make a choice. Should they stay in the only world that they've ever known, or should they dare to escape? Based on real events and told through the minutes of the women's all-female symposium, Toe's masterful novel uses wry, politically engaged humor to relate this tale of women claiming their own power to decide. I forgot it was based on actual events, but which makes it more dramatic. Um, yeah, so I've been wanting to watch the movie, um, and I want to read this first. So there's that one, and then the next one I got another one. This is from my 2025 and 2025. I've read that's a series by Louise Penny. It's Inspector Gamache series, and she's a Canadian writer, and it's set in Canada. And this is Fatal Grace. It's number 2 in the series. I read number 1. I really liked it. So I have, and actually through Goodwill, I have got almost all the series. I think I just picked up her newest one I found at Goodwill, and I'm missing maybe 3 of the whole series, and there's a shit ton. I'm behind. I have so many series I started that I need to finish, and it's it's overwhelming. I still want to do them all. I don't know how many series. I should probably do a video on how many book series I've started that I haven't. Well, I don't think I've finished any series. So I could just put them all on there. All the series that I've started and I haven't got through is probably every single one, because some of them have a few and I've just picked up one and haven't finished. And then some of them have like a ton, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. This is so 9. Beside the first one and this one, at this moment there was 9 others listed. And then there's at least 3 or 4 more after that, I would say. That's how far behind I am. This is 2006. So yeah. So it's just it reminds me kind of an Agatha Christie mystery. It's not like a really dark, well, first one didn't seem really dark, gritty, graphic thriller. I mean, it's a murder mystery and he's an inspector. Not her family, not her lover, not her neighbors, and 3 Pines. Wait, let's start over because I missed a part. No one liked Cece Du, de Portier. Deportier, whatever. Not her family, not her lover, not her neighbors, and 3 Pines. So 3 Pines is the setting of this town that, well, in the last case is where it happened, which is outside of Quebec. That's the other one I can't remember. That's sorry. Says still, when Chief Inspector Armand Gamache is called to investigate Cece's sudden death on the day after Christmas, it seems like an impossible murder. How could she have been electrocuted in the midst of a curling match in 3 Pines and without anyone seeing anything? A Quebec winter is not only beautiful but deadly, as Gamache digs for dangerous secrets beneath the surface of the village life, while something even more chilling is coming for Gamache himself. So yeah, it's just like I don't know, it's a thriller murder mystery, but it's not too hard. I would say if you were first trying to get into thrillers or something like that, this series would probably be a good one. Yeah, this is like the books. Okay. I don't know, there's a lot. But yeah, so I like that. I like that series. I've been wanting to continue on and I just not made the effort. So this one, this is the last one I have here that's from my 2025 to 2025. It is and I've heard a lot. So I just got the second book in this, I guess, the series. I don't know. A lot of people don't like the second one. They like the first one, so I'm gonna read them both, and I'm hoping I like them both, obviously, because I bought them. This is The Night Swim by Megan Golden. Yeah. So it's a beach. I like that. Um, that's not too big, but yeah, I have high hopes. I hope I like the second one. I like to be the one that likes what everybody else doesn't. That's how I roll. So this is a true crime podcast host covering a controversial trial finds herself drawn deep into a small town's dark past and brutal crime and that took place there years before. Sorry if I'm reading like weird, but I do that. So that's two more. Okay, yeah, yeah, we're almost done. Okay, ever since a true crime podcast became an overnight sensation and set an innocent man free, Rachel Kroll has become a household name and the last hope for people seeking justice. But she's used to being recognized for her voice, not her face, which makes it all more unsettling when she finds a note on her car windshield addressed to her begging for help. Yeah, how do you know? How do you know if you're only a voice and not a face? That's creepy. The new season of Rachel's podcast has brought her to a small town being torn apart by a devastating rape trial. The local golden boy, a swimmer destined for Olympic greatness. A local golden boy. Let's try that again. I would never be able to do an audio. A local golden boy, a swimmer destined for Olympic greatness, has been accused of raping the beloved granddaughter of the police chief. Ugh, you're going down. I'm sorry, you're going down. Even if you're innocent, you're not. He's not gonna get off, even if he is innocent. Grandpa's the sheriff, police chief. Under pressure to make season 3 a success, Rachel throws herself into her investigation. But the mysterious letters keep coming. Someone is following her, and she won't stop until Rachel finds out what happened to her sister 25 years ago. Officially, Jenny Stills Jenny Stills tragically drowned, but the letter insists she was murdered, and when Rachel starts asking questions nobody in town wants to answer. The past and the present start to collide as Rachel uncovers startling connections between the two cases, and a revelation that will change the course of the trial and the lives of everyone involved. Mm, so that's going to be fun. Swimming. Yeah. Um, and this Okay, we'll put that one over there. So this one I've already started. This is on my November TBR, and I want to finish it by the end of the year. It's short. I just started like 3 books at one time, so you know how that goes. If you know, you know. This one is Lethal Passage: Story of a Gun by Eric Larson. I have read some other Eric Larson books, and I really like his writing. It's nonfiction. I have tabs here. Um, about the this gun that was used in a teenager used to kill a teacher and wound another one at school. And so he goes and follows this, and I'm like that much into it. I'm not far. It's not that big a book. On page either 41 or 42. And it's interesting so far. I'm liking it. Eric, he I forget what it's called. He to do in-depth investigation on how this people get guns, how guns are sold, the gun dealers and all this. He went and got his what's it called? Like a federal license to sell guns. There's a specific way to say it. And which was interesting, I found out by reading this. And he went to like and he's not he has a thoughts of if you have kids and stuff like that, if you should have a gun in the house with your children and how he thinks, keeping yourself, your family, and other people safe from this gun for a gun getting stolen or used or accidentally going off. So that's his thoughts in this book and how maybe we can work to reduce these gun deaths. So when I came across this, I was looking on for some other books, and I came across this, and I found it very interesting, and I really want to read it. And it is so far, it's very interesting, even though I've gotten a little ways in. But the the steps that he's went to even just write an investigative um book on a gun, is very interesting. So I'm reading that one. And I'm also reading this one, and I wanted to read it in November. So, but it's a Stephen King, and we'll definitely try to read it by the end of, I don't know if I'm going to get through in December. I barely started it. And I thought it was only so many chapters, and then I realized no, there's like parts to this book, like Stephen King writes part 1, part 2, part 3. So that's why his books, I think, are so chunky, because it's not like 32 chapters that I thought. That's probably 32 chapters in the last part. Because this book is like 800 and what is it? It's 842 pages. So I divided it in like 30 days to read in November, and I think I had to read like, I forget how many pages I had to read. I can't do it off the top of my head. I'm not that good. But I'm on page 15 maybe. But this is 11/22/63, and for reasons that I want to read it in November, because it's 11/22/63. This is that's the assassination date of the President JFK, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And this is about a guy who um, is finds out there's this portal in this diner in this main town where he lives. He's a English teacher, and he teaches like GED English to um, older students, or it's a GED class to make extra money. And so he ends up, that's part of the story. What was his name? Jake Epping, 35-year-old English teacher in Lisbon Falls, Maine, who makes extra money teaching GED classes. He asks the students to write an event that changed their lives, and one essay blows him away, which I've got past that part. And so he finds out there is a time portal in this diner, um, that he ends up, I guess, what I know of this, uh, it's in the storeroom of this diner. The owner of the diner, Al, divulges a secret. His storeroom is a portal to the past. Particular day, a particular day in 1958, and Al enlists Jake to take on the mission that has become his obsession, to prevent the Kennedy assassination. So that leads, Jake going back in time and assumingly trying to prevent the assassination of JFK. So it's chunky. It's going to take some 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 bits to patiently read it, but I'm determined to get through it this year. Had it for a while. So yeah, so I've started that one a little bit. I've started the Liesel Passage. And so that is the 10 before the end, but it's actually 13. And I'm currently reading this, which isn't on the list because where am I at? I'm not even halfway, but I'm not counting it as 10 before the end. It was on my November TBR, I believe. But I, that's just extra. So technically there'd be 14, I guess. And then these two I have from the library. I do want to read them. It's not a big priority, but I just picked this one is the only one left by Riley Sager. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this over the last maybe few years over a book talk, and I haven't read it yet. So I checked it out for um, the Halloween bundle. I thought I was going to read, and I didn't get to it yet. So we'll see. So there's that one. And I just got this one from the library. It's another Charlie Donnelly. Because I figured if people they really like Charlie Donnelly's writing, so I'm hoping for the same. But I'm gonna read The Girl Who Was Taken first. I don't think these are a series, but I'm one who, if it's a series, I will actually not worry about it if I start like 3 books in. Um, I try to start the series at the beginning, but sometimes I can't wait, and one book sounds more interesting, so I will just, I will randomly start in the middle of a series. And then I'll wonder, "Oh, what happened there? Well, what is that about?" And then I realize I probably should have read the first one. But yeah, so this is Guess Again, Charlie Donnelly. It's, um, it's like water. It's like it's in water. Looks like water, like underwater. Yeah. So I don't know when this one came out. I don't know if this is the newest one. I have no idea. I haven't read any Charlie Donnellys yet. 2025. Maybe it's the newest one. There's another one I seen going around. Maybe there's another new one, a newer one. Um, yeah. So it says, uh, with an irresistible premise and the fiendishly clever twists, this new thriller from the number one internationally best-selling author delves into a decade-old missing persons case that is about to tear a Midwestern small town apart all over again. Says 10 years ago, 17-year-old high school volleyball star Callie Jones vanished from her quiet Wisconsin lake community. A highly publicized search followed by her body was never found. The case went cold, but the echoes still linger. Oh, this is the one about the doctor that used to be a cop, and he goes back to investigate this. So here we go. Ethan Hall, a former renegade detective turned ER doctor, left law enforcement to escape the horrors of the Kid Crime Division. But on the 10th anniversary of Callie's disappearance, his former partner, Pete Kramer, makes a desperate request. Pete is a veteran detective who originally investigated the case. Now he's dying, and to ease his conscience and get closure for the Jones family, he needs Ethan to return to the haunting work he left behind and solve what happened to Callie once and for all. Word soon spreads, and everyone in the small town of Cherry View feels a rush of hope. The answers will finally be found amid a sweltering heat wave. Oh God. Um, it's probably in Cherry View. A sweltering heat wave. Ethan's investigation gains momentum, but re-examining old evidence won't be enough. He needs a new way into the case, no matter how dangerous or unconventional, and it comes from the least of likely of sources, an inmate at a maximum security prison. Soon, Ethan's methods draw him deeper into a twisted psychological game because much, there's much more to the nightmare of Callie's disappearance than he imagined, including in connection with his own dark past and secrets that are still worth killing for. Yes, again. Okay, people. I'm glad if you stuck with me, I'm glad. Thumbs up. Thumbs up if you did. Yay. Give, give yourself a pat on the back and a round of applause because I didn't mean for it to be this long. But it is. It is what it is. One of my life's mottos. It is what it is. So there it is. 10 before the end. Well, technically 13. But we'll see. Some of them I've started. So should definitely get through those. I have some library books I have to take back. So we have that. I have there is a couple of audiobooks I have. I didn't bring it up, but um yeah, it's just a wild shootout on seeing which books I'm going to finish before the end of 2025, people. Yeah. So that's it. Thanks for sticking with me if you did. And if you didn't, then you don't see this part and I'm thankful anyway that maybe you push the button and if you want to like it or comment on whatever. You like it, you hate it, you don't like any of the books or you love them all. I don't know. Right now, I think I love them all. We'll see. I've had that feeling that you love them all, and in the end, when you read it, you don't. So, okay, it's Friday. Have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. There's a lot of crazy people. I know. I just went to town yesterday, and it was raining, and it sucked. And it's nice to have the rain, I guess, so we don't have a drought in the summer. But um, it sucks to be out in it. Okay, thanks again. Have a good weekend.